Exposure, exposure, exposure. Today I want to talk about exposure. But before I go on, I want you to read this. So I agree with everything she said 100%. Why? In 2017, that was the first time I came to Lagos. And I came to Lagos for a modeling audition. And that is a story for another day. During the few months I was in Lagos and during the whole modeling activity and all, when I was about to go back to the East, I made a silent decision. I told myself that I was going to come back to Lagos. Why? Because of the level of exposure that I felt. Ifemfo na Lagos and Ifemfo ebenje ndị mmiti na ihe ndị mme gwara m n'obodo a bụ obodo m ga na-achịata azụ too later. Fast forward to 2023, I came back to Lagos. I was done with school, I was done with service. As God may have it, thanks to him, I got a job in a real estate company as a project coordinator. During my stay in this real estate company, whom I'm still working with right now as their marketer, one day my supervisor came to me and was like, Osoro Chukwu, Emmanuel rather, that was what they used to call me then. Emmanuel, we have properties for sale, landed properties and already developed properties for sale. If you post on your status or post on your social media handles, are you able to get a buyer rather, and this buyer buys from you, you earn a commission. More than one each. I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm going to do it. Everything concern me. What is not going to hurt to get extra money apart from my salary from selling the property. It's never buying and selling. So I was very open to it. And then I was like, yeah, send me the properties and details of these properties and description on my WhatsApp. Then they were forwarded to my WhatsApp. I said, thank you very much. I took the properties and the details and posted it on my status. When I posted it on my status, my friends were like, people who knew me were way back in Onitsha and so were like, also, these properties and lands you are posting on your status. Who do you know that is going to buy this? I myself, I told them, I didn't know anybody was going to buy this, but I'm going to post it because it's not going to hurt. So fast forward, we had a client and asked me, please, I'm a little bit confused. This price, this 42 million naira, is it for this whole building or is it just for a unit of the property? Because I can remember the statement, the description was like, one unit of so selling somewhere. So I myself, what my brain was able to fathom at that particular point was that, oh, this 42 million naira is definitely going to be for the whole property, the whole building. I answered the person, yes, it's for the whole building. But I had to be sure. I went back to my supervisor and asked, please, this property, is it selling for just the whole building? Is the price for the whole building or for a particular unit? That is a flat. And I saw even on Lagos. She replied that, oh, sorry, the first 2 million naira is actually for a unit that we are selling, not renting. I was like, are you serious? Wait, you mean that a unit of this property is selling for 42 million naira? She was like, yes. It took me a lot of time for me to process that particular information because what made it more crazy was that there were just 4 units of this property in this particular building. 3 has been sold already and we were just trying to sell only 1. I was like, oh, sorry, Chuku, this is actually like a normal thing here. Because I thought that they saw me and then started selling it for 42 million naira for a particular unit. When I took up my phone, replied that particular client, I was like, oh, I'm really sorry, there's been some misinformation. That property is not selling for, the 42 million naira is not for the whole building, it's actually for the whole unit. And then I dropped my phone on my desk. I stood up, went to the restroom, locked the door, and stared at myself at the mirror for a very long period of time. As in, no, mind mirror. You should know about teka. I was like, also, you couldn't manage 42 million naira go flat in Lagos State. It was a mind unlocking moment, just like it was for me in 2017. I think 2017 was a particular type of mind unlocking, and then this particular one unlocked my mind on a different level. And why I answered that client that property was for 42 million naira was because of the level of exposure I had at that particular point. And I can remember a video where someone was talking about you can only dream, you can only imagine, and you can only think as far as what you are used to, as what your mind is able to fathom or your mind is able to process. And I want to know, has there been any particular moment in your life that you had an incident or you had an encounter that opened up your exposure so bad that you saw there was more to life than what you were already experiencing? So I want to know, please tell me in your comment section. And also, please, I want to also say that when I was posting these properties on my status, my friends from Onitsha and way back was like, they were throwing tantrums. They were like, this one, what kind of prices? These prices are quite ridiculous. And I myself was telling them, yes, it was also quite ridiculous, but unfortunately, we are not the target market, because persons whom the target market was for are not going to throw tantrums. And this was actually funny because later on, I was able to learn how much a particular land was selling for in Pinnock. And I think that was when I was like, okay, I think here everything is possible. So I really agree with whatever that woman said. Exposure beats education, because during my 4 years in Nsukka, I don't think I ever had that level of exposure, even though Nsukka did what it was meant to do in my life, and I'm very thankful for that. But exposure took it somewhere else. Kawade.